No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zero Interest. And this time we're looking at Konosuba Season 2, Episode 4, A Betrothed for This Noble Daughter. Casey, take it away.
Betrothed.
No, you don't get that.
What? The word is betrothed, dude.
Go on. I don't care. I said it already. No looking back. We live in the present and the future, not the past.
Okay. So, yeah. Episode starts with Cosmo and Aqua passively aggressively arguing over how stupid Aqua is. Just generally.
Yeah.
Also kind of mean-spirited in apparently she's repairing his tracksuit after throwing it into the fireplace like she wanted to do previously. I'm starting to think it's less about, hey, why don't we burn it for warmth, and more, I want to burn this because it's so ugly because it's a tracksuit and it's green. Which is fair play, actually, now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in animation, fine, but in reality, that thing would be ugly as sin. So,
Yeah.
So Cosmo brings up, hey, remember last episode when you volunteered to spend all of our money on alcohol? And now we don't have any? Yeah. Called it.
Yeah.
But,
So yeah.
It's
not in a good situation still.
So, argument. Megamin's there and just kind of sitting on the sidelines talking to her kitty. Is it kitty? Is it kitty? Is it good kitty? Kitty. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and the whole thing is framed kind of like the parents are arguing and the child is stuck in the middle a little bit.
A little bit.
Basically goes on for a surprisingly long time before darkness shows up in...
It's like the first minute and a half.
It
shows up
I'm trying to think of a way to describe that outfit. It's
a noble dress, certainly. This episode was directed by the director from season 1, and it shows. It should show, rather. But just barely doesn't.
Somehow. But it does allow for what I have to describe as a boob canal. It has graduated from just being cleavage. It is now just... Yeah, that... I don't think boobs work like that, just in general. Like, what the hell is supporting that, that's allowing them... Like, in that limited amount of fabric that's just kind of covering down here, like, literally, the ruffles seem to be covering her nipples, somehow. So...
It's the power of anime. That's what's protecting her.
Okay, there must be, like, I don't know, a steel frame underneath those to hold them in that position. I have to assume.
So, yeah, darkness appears, and she's dressed in a dress. And,
that's a way to describe it, certainly.
Yeah, and Aqua runs forward, and she's like, "Oh, Cosmo's being so mean. He was going to sell. He stripped me against my will. It was going to sell our most prized possession. Just use steel on her raiment, and was going to sell it because they have no money."
Yeah. Okay. And then everyone starts doing the routine that they talked about in the second episode, where, oh, we think she's been raped, and that's funny.
No, it's not funny. It's more like we have to be kind to her, guys. Just treat her normally, okay? We have to be kind to her. And so they're all like trying to be nice. It's like, that didn't happen. He doesn't have the balls for that.
Yeah.
Instead, he wants you to marry his son. So, carry on the summary.
Oh, thank you.
Because I keep doing it because you keep pausing. Come on.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm
move
thinking
slow.
about what I'm gonna say. You know, thinking
I have
before
to
I
move
speak,
slower,
and
or else you'll spend.
all that sort of thing that you're supposed to do when you're talking. You know,
If I don't move us forward, you'll spend 5 minutes talking about her boobs.
it was a valid criticism, is what that was. Like that. No, nonsense. So what happens next is Darkness is like, hey, they didn't do that. They just wanted to set up an arranged marriage meeting with Dickhead's son. And my dad's all for it. I don't wanna, so help. And Kazuma's like, if she gets married to this guy, then I don't have to deal with a crusader that can't hit anything anymore. You know, Darkness, maybe you should give this arranged marriage thing a try. Let's see, like, let's try this meeting out and see how it goes. You might be okay. I think at this point she starts describing what the guy is like in vague terms, like he's an upstanding guy and reached knighthood at a very young age and is very chivalrous and generous and stuff.
That's a bit later.
Details.
But what she does hand him a picture of the guy. It's like, what a handsome guy. Rip.
Yeah, so yeah, what I was just talking about basically happens while Aqua's trying to fix the picture in the background, which she does, and then Cosmo just takes it and shreds it for some reason.
He's like, wait, no, that's when he realized I can just get her to go off and get married. It's like, that's it, and he rips it in like his excitement, and then everybody's panicking.
So they go. What's her name? Send glasses. Bursts into the door and says, "Hey, Kazuma, there's monsters outside, so come help, or else." And I think it's Megumin that says, "Hey, we're kind of dealing with a crisis here, so back off a little, lady." But Kazuma thinks, Megumin can be kind of a smart cookie sometimes. Maybe it'd be worthwhile to get her out of the way. Yeah. Aqua's dumb as rocks, but Megumin can be surprisingly sharp. So, hey, Megumin! A big group of monsters, that sounds like the perfect thing for your explosion magic.
You're the only one who can do this.
You are the only one who can do this. Ultimate archwizard. Then she has a face that is basically like... which is a little weird, but kind of adorable how into it she gets, and she's just strutting off with the knights. And the cat. She has the kitty with her.
Yeah.
It's sort of walking alongside. Kitty. So, after that kerfuffle, they go to Darkness's place. I assume it's hers and not the other guys.
It's hers.
Yeah. And basically, Cosma and Aqua will be working as Darkness maid and butler temporarily to help out, and her dad basically wants to make sure that she doesn't embarrass the family, essentially, or do anything stupid.
Mm-hmm. You trust Cosma to just make sure she doesn't make a mess.
I forget a little bit the events next.
They go to the changing room, and Aqua and Cosmo are just kind of throwing shade back at each other, uh, based on how they look. And they go and head out to go meet the guy, and then that's when Darkness is like, haha, now it's too late now I can ruin this. Cosmo's like, please, miss, watch the way you're speaking. This is not the way a noble should be speaking. And she's like, Cosmo, you betrayed me.
So they're in the foyer, and the doors open, and Darkness realizes, oh, I can nip this in the bud right here. So she starts charging up to the doors while the guy's still coming through, and starts basically ranting at him as she walks, struts.
Yeah.
And Cosmo steps on her train or whatever it is that's behind her clothing, something, and trips her up.
She falls down to her face.
Yeah. Like, oh, miss, you should watch where you step. You should be careful of your surroundings or something. Yeah, and then there's an argument, and I forget how it goes.
Then they go back, and she starts describing, like, I don't want to be married. I want to be an adventurer and have all this. She starts talking about her fantasies and what her ideal man is.
Yeah, she says, this guy's such a wimp. He's just so nice and chivalrous and everything, and I hate that. And I just want a man who... what does she say? She says something along the lines of, I want a man who just treats me terribly and doesn't value me.
She goes into great detail.
And if he's in debt, that would be even better. And if...
It doesn't have to be attractive, it could be skinny or fat.
If he were to blame his circumstances on the world and believe that none of it was his fault, and then maybe blame me for it a little bit, and then say, you should go out there and make some money for me, sort of thing.
Use your body.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she's so excited about this, and Konosuba and Aqua just look at her in terror.
And I'm watching this, and I basically say, so Zero, you mentioned there's a pairing that happens in this show, right?
I did say there was a pairing.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say with who, but...
I wonder.
You'd be surprised by what it turns out to be.
Actually, I'm thinking it's faking me out and it's going to be Mega Man, but whatever. If it's the goddess that's been in literally one scene, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. But
it's not the goddess.
So yeah, they have that whole thing. I'm not quite sure how to describe it beyond thing. And there's another meeting between Darkness and the dude, I think.
They go back to the room, I believe, and what was it? They're talking about, this is, Cosmo. It's like, you seem really close with your butler. It's like, yeah, well, it's just they go out for a walk in the garden.
And Aqua does a thing. She basically becomes Aquaman for a scene and calls all of the fish to her.
Whistles and claps all the fish. He's like, and Cosmo's like, that's so cool. I should have her teach me that later.
Again, I asked this in the episode. Why?
It's cool. That'd be fun. I'd learn how to do that.
Okay.
You have this sense of excitement towards the ocean. Water.
Oh, we completely missed something that was actually kind of funny. Was while they're sort of in the sitting room talking to the dude, and every time Darkness is about to say something untoward, he casts a little freeze spell into her ear, which was kind of a clever idea.
She's like, I consider it a reward. It's like, you can't win. She never breaks character.
So yeah, they're in the garden, and talking, and Darkness basically says, "You're a fucking wimp. I do not want to marry you because you are such a fucking goody two shoes that you would never treat me the way I want to be treated. I challenge you to a duel or something along those lines."
Yeah, she
And
rips her dress.
Mm.
Like, it's like to the training hall, and she's looking at him, and Cosmo's just like, and she's like, "This is how you should be looking at me." It's like, I could never raise a sword to you.
She has a little bit of a point there, I guess. That, if you're going to be in a romantic relationship, it would probably be good if there was an attraction there, and seeing your partner half-dressed should make you look twice. That's kind of an important part, I'd have thought.
Yeah. And he says, "Oh, I could never raise a sword to a woman." And she's like, "Oh yeah, well, Cosmo here is all about gender equality, and he would even drop kick a woman." And like,
yeah, that keeps coming up. It was such an important line that was so perfectly framed that they should keep bringing it up. That's exactly what he said. It's very distinctive.
And so, Cosmo's just like, well, so they go to the training hall.
And they basically skip the fight because she can't hit him, but he doesn't really want to hit her. So he basically concedes because she's getting really excited by the taps that he's giving her a little bit. But he realizes, she's never going to win, but she won't really give up against me.
Yeah.
So his skill is better, her will is better, kind of thing.
Yeah. And so she's like, "Well, I'll show you how it's done. Come on, Cosmo, let's fight."
And he's reluctant, but then just kind of goes for it because I think she goads him or something.
He's kind of like, the dude wants to watch him fight because, I want to see what a man of caliber worthy of, like, her trust is capable of, and it's just like, fine.
And immediately casts Create Water, which naturally soaks her clothes and makes them somewhat see-through. Again, very conspicuous lines covering where things should be, let's say.
Yeah.
And the dude says, I didn't think you would automatically cast, magic during a sword duel. Oh, that's how it's supposed to work? Oh, oops.
Meanwhile, Darkness is getting excited, and he's just like, "Okay, fine, freeze."
Yeah.
It's like,
covered her in water and then
covered her in water in the middle of winter, and then froze. And like, everybody calls, like, really, that's so
you're that
cruel.
kind of a man.
He's a demon.
So Darkness is getting even more excited by this and goes in to grapple him because she can't hit him, obviously.
Yeah.
So he decides to use Drain Touch to sap her strength, and she counters this by on his hands,
twisting his arms.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no!" It's just kind of a hilarious struggle because he can't overpower her. And so
he can't break her grip either. Her hands are on his, so he can't do anything about it.
He gets the idea of the winner will have a little wait. The winner's going to have to do the loser's going to have to do whatever the winner says.
Do one thing that the winner says. Yeah. Let's be specific.
One thing. Or something.
So she says she's going to have him do... I forget what it was.
Kneel before her.
Oh, yeah. Fair play.
And so he's like, "Well, what I'm going to make you do is you're going to be crying and screaming for forgiveness. Oh, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so crazy."
Whatever you're thinking now, that's not it. It's way worse than that.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh no, my grip is loosening. Oh, the Drain Touch is working."
Yeah. So that happens, and she collapses to the floor. Naturally, this is when her dad walks in, and Aqua
And
blames the two of the dudes.
okay, execute them.
Hmm.
Because his daughter's on the floor covered in water with her dress ripped. So a bit conspicuous.
Yep.
Oh.
So, next scene, they're having a nice, calm conversation about, yeah, we're gonna break off this whole thing. Yeah.
Father. Yeah. So they get to the room, and the father's talking about, oh, you know, she always wanted to have some adventurer friends and go on adventures. She would always go to the Church of Eris and pray every day. And one day
that she would have friends, and then she found that thief girl, who doesn't get named and has not been named for the entire season so far, and has had one appearance in one episode. I know what her name is. She has been named in the first episode where she appeared, and that's the only time her name has come up. That's the only real presence she has had on the show at all. So,
I will say she becomes a bigger character later on.
but we won't see it.
We won't see it. That's only because there's something about her that needs to be revealed in the future arc before you actually get to see her more. Her name's Chris, by the way.
Yeah, I know what her name is. I'm just
for
saying it's not she's not an especially important character, but they're making it seem like she is, or has been rather.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything about her character, but there's stuff there. Yeah. So they're talking about that. And,
so the dude leaves. We're just gonna skip ahead a little bit. The dude leaves because this isn't gonna happen.
Well, no, Darkness says I'm pregnant with Cosmo's child.
That happens after, I think.
That happens before. That's what makes him finally be like, yeah, okay. I guess, I can't get between you two. I'll go tell my father I refuse. That should make it easier for you guys. And he walks out like the nice guy he is.
Okay, sure. I don't actually care whether that's right or not. So, yeah, and the dad's like super psyched. Yay, grandkids! Yay, woo! And Aqua is basically freaking out about who she's going to tell first that this had happened and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just kind of checked out of this review a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So, and then
that's pretty
Sana
much it.
And Megan...
She shows up and is like, hey, something, and then the episode ends. That's literally it. A weird ending.
It's a cliffhanger, I guess. But,
not a particularly good one. The last time she just burst into a room like that, it was to say, hey, there's monsters. No shit. It's an adventure world.
She didn't burst. Oh, yeah. She always likes to do that, though. That's like her every single time she enters the scene. Every single time.
Yeah, so it's not a particularly cliffhanger moment that she just bursts into a room. That's what she always does. So,
yeah, I guess you're right in that case. So that was, I guess, any last thoughts?
Not really. I mean, it's just kind of another episode. It was
we got to see more of Darkness. And
really, it's treading a lot of the same ground as far as her character goes. That, hey, she wants someone who will treat her badly. Okay, we knew that already. Hey, she doesn't like people that are just kind of generally nice and decent people. We kind of figured that already too. She's a noble and comes with all the baggage that nobility comes with. Well, we learned that at the beginning of the season. It doesn't tell us anything new about the character.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with your connection, dude.
Her, like... I don't know.
Seem good now.
But we got a little bit of one of the things that's just gonna be a big thing later on is Kazuma and Darkness's relationship tends to be more confrontational, and we get to see a bit of that here, where they do the whole fight because she wants to fight him because he kind of, ever since he figured out her name, he's been laughing over it and teasing her about it. And we got to see a little bit of her backstory of how she met, like what she was doing before she even met Chris. So there's some stuff there, but I feel like we got to see more of her, so she's a little bit more than just the haha masochist joke. But not quite there yet. Like I've said this before, but these characters each have multiple arcs, and they kind of like rotate, I guess. But this was kind of her first sort of arc in the light novels. You actually get to get about her character. So, yeah.
6.
That 6?
Like, yeah, if I was just like watching this, I probably wouldn't think about it too much and just be like, okay, next episode, because all the episodes are out. Yeah. Because we're doing the show and thinking about it, 6. Down from 7. So.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time with Konosuba, Season 2, Episode 5.